Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Zero from TechDragon.info, and today we are back on the test server. Woohoo! And this is a special test server because holy crap, there's a buttload of awesomeness coming your way soon. Okay, well, after that intro, it better be good. Well, let's start off with new hangar. Oh yeah, quite a decent looking one, if it wasn't for all these anti-aliasing errors in here. If you look in the back here, like these things, like back there, the walkway, it looks horrible, constant flickering, and same on the tank. So I don't know if their AA is just broken, or, I mean, look at this jaggedness in these lines. I think their AA is broken, because it's definitely on, but they've had this issue for a long time. Their AA, anti-aliasing, if you don't know what anti-aliasing is, I'll quickly go over it. Anti-aliasing basically smooths out lines like this. You shouldn't see these jagged edges like that. It should be smooth. And that's what AA does. It like samples the line, like figures out point A, point B, and then calculates this should be a straight line, and thus smooths out all those edges. It doesn't seem to work properly in tanks. It hasn't ever worked properly. You can see it like when it rotates. Check out this walkway here. You see all the glitchiness on it, all those jagged lines? That should not happen. So they really need to do something about their AA. I think they use FXAA or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. FXAA, yeah. It's like a cheap-ass version of AA, pretty much. Anyways, holy crap, do I have a buttload of changes for you guys. Wow. This is gonna be a monstrous patch. Absolute monstrous. It's good, as far as I've seen. Okay, so let's start off with the Tiger here. HD models. Oh yeah. As you can see, well, the AA is shit. You can clearly see it here as well. All these lines that are moving when I move my camera, that shouldn't happen. That should be fixed by AA, but they seem to have a really shitty version. But holy crap, there's a lot more details on this tank now. The lighting engine has changed slightly, so on a lot of other tanks you'll see different shadows and stuff now as well. But holy crap, this tank looks good. Tracks, you'll see that they are now a lot better around the track wheels and stuff, and they'll independently move the track wheels when you go over terrain. We'll get to that probably in a different video. Today I just want to go over all the changes. So yeah, HD model for the Tiger. They've only done 3 tanks so far. The Tiger, the Sherman. Ooh, go back to the Tiger. One new awesome detail that I sort of discovered. You can see into the gun barrels, and you can see the actual rifling in there. How awesome is that? I mean, it's pretty pointless. I mean, there really isn't point to it, because the majority of the time when you look in somebody's barrel, it's really bad for you, because that means they're gonna shoot you in the face. But how cool is that? If you look at something that hasn't been changed, see? It doesn't have it. So they've only changed it for the new HD models, that you actually have open barrels and rifling in those barrels. So that's pretty cool. And they've done that for all the new ones. The Sherman, since I have the 105, doesn't have rifling. It's a howitzer gun, it's a derp gun. No rifling in that one, as you can see. So yeah, the Sherman has been done. They have the rubber padding on the tracks, so that's for when they drive into cities and stuff, that they don't wreck the roads. I'm not quite sure why they chose to put that on there, because this wouldn't work too well in marshy terrain. So, I don't know. Not too much has changed on the Sherman. I feel like this back is slightly different. I don't know how exactly. I haven't compared it directly, but I feel that's slightly different. I feel that some of these fittings on here and stuff are slightly different. I think the engine cover here is slightly different. Overall, of course, the texture and all that, and the scuff marks and all that, is different. And these fenders feel different to me, the mud flaps, or whatever you want to call them. I think those are different. So, yeah, definitely a couple of changes there, and it looks great. And last but not least, the T-54 has been rebalanced. Where is it? Right, I forgot. This is the test server, that means the Russian tanks are at the beginning. T-54 has been completely rebalanced because the log is now in the back instead of the side. So definitely completely rebalanced. Other than that, they haven't made any changes actually to the tanks as far as I'm aware of, so except for the model, of course. This is also an HD model. You can see the lighting is pretty awesome on it, since there's a light source here shines on it. So yeah, I don't own this thing on the live server yet. Getting there. I got a T44, but I'm not there quite yet. So, but I'm pretty sure that these what do you call them? Boxes, I guess, toolboxes have changed. At least in texture. These as well. Like I said, the log moved from the side to the rear. These ammo boxes, or not ammo boxes actually. Who would store ammo on the outside? Toolboxes on the outside here have changed. And of course, the general texture, the scuff marks, the welding marks, and everything. So yeah, those are the 3 tanks that are now in HD. Let's see. They have added a buttload of German vehicles, which let me actually pull up the tech tree here. German. Okay, I'm not quite sure if this artillery here, if that is new or not, because I'm not entirely sure. I don't really pay that much attention to artillery in general, so I'm not quite sure if that is new or not. So you guys in the comments are gonna have to help me out here, or I'm gonna have to check on the regular server. But I really don't want to close the test server because yeah, 49,000 people in front of me this morning when I tried to get on the test server. So that was fun. Oh man. So yeah, I really don't want to try that again. So yeah. Anyways, let's see what else we have. I'm pulling up the change list here real quick. Where is it? There it is. Anyways, they've split up the the ASUSTeK into some different models, into the ASUSTeK 3B and the ASUSTeK 3G. The G is still tier 5. It's pretty much the tank you already had. I don't think they actually changed anything on the layout on this one. No, it's still the same gun. I'm pretty sure it's still completely the same, just a different name. They've just added the tier 4 version, which comes with the 110. Ooh, it's a different model though. It's not the same. Let's quickly buy this one and take a look, because I thought it was the same model pretty much. It was just a different type number. Let's take a look. Ooh, it is different. Oh my god. What the hell? Okay, just put a different gun on it there. Now it actually looks good. I like the model on this thing. It looks pretty awesome, actually. What the hell is this? That is weird. What the hell is that supposed to be? It almost looks like a shell trap. You know, a shell hits here and gets diverted into that. But why would you want a shell diverted into a flat surface? I don't know. That's weird. That is really weird. Driver's hatch, I'm guessing. I'm not sure. It might be the gunner, actually. This might be the driver. And doesn't seem to be a commander hatch at the top. So, is the commander here? I don't know. If there's crew compartments here, I'm wondering if this... Nah, it's a rear-mounted engine, of course. But if there's transmissions even in the front... Because it doesn't look like... If these are crew hatches, it doesn't look like there's room for transmission in the front. So this might be just a rear transmission. No? No? Look at the track wheel here. It has the, you know, sprocket look, so it definitely has a transmission in the front. Okay, that's weird. Huh. Okay, so, you know, engine fires when you get hit in the front. Of course, you know, it's German. How else would it be? Let me grab the patch notes here. Okay, they've added the Panzerkorpswagen 4 auf a tier 3 German medium tank. So let's go back to the tech tree. Oh, this is gonna be so fracking confusing. Trying to figure out what all is new. Panzerkorpswagen 4A. Yep, that's new. Let's take a quick look what it gets. Gets the 75mm, 43 penetration. At ow! Can you say suckfest? Oh man, really? That's all it gets? 43 pen? Yikes. That's gonna be a rough tank. And that leads into 4D, which gets the 103. Is that a new gun? I don't remember that being in any other tank. 103 pen? I guess that isn't bad at tier 4. It's not great, but that's definitely not bad. So this one seems to get a decent gun. And it goes into the H model, which seems like that premium tier 6, but a interesting. Let's see if we can research this one real quick. Really? I can't research it? Oh wow, that's bullcrap. I have the gun that leads into that one, but because I don't have the turret, I can't wow, that's bullshit. That is absolute bullshit. Let's buy this one real quick. So yeah, this is very much a discovery for me as well as for you guys. Yeah, see? It looks a lot like that premium one. I'm pretty sure this is gonna work as spaced armor. If it doesn't, it would be really sad. But this is basically pretty much your standard PZ model, but with spaced armor. That can be quite interesting. Take a quick look at when it's fully decked out. It doesn't get a turret. Oh, it does get a turret upgrade. I was about to say, that's weird. What, does it get spaced armor on the turret as well? It looks like this. Okay, let's... Wait, is that a derp gun? Yes, it is. Okay. Great. Another tier 5 derp. Because that's what we needed. Wait, is this the... I'm really confused. Is this the previous tank that they've redone? It's like a newer or changed version of it? They seem to have forgot to close the hatch again. Wait, does this thing have a hatch? Yeah. Yeah. This plate seems to be able to move. And I'm guessing there's another one here. Yeah. So again, they forgot to close the hatches on the spaced armor. But this thing seems to have a lot more spaced armor. That might be an interesting tank. Don't know, but might be interesting. 80 hull armor, 30 side armor. Oof. But, you know, it has another... that's not much, actually. But it is sloped slightly. Like, diagonally like that. Not much, but would give you a little bit more chance to bounce. Not much, but a little bit more. And it should work against HE. HE against your side should pretty much do nothing. HE will explode on the side here. And you have quite a bit of room in between. So this is going to be very effective against HE. So that's good. So, okay, let's see, what else do we have? Fix the suspension issue for these improved vehicles. Yeah, but I've also seen a lot more new suspension issues with tracks going through the ground. So, one of the annoying things is, they've removed the secondary menu option here. You only have the one now, no 2 buttons. This one keeps flashing every time anything changes, so if you buy a new tank, ammunition, anything, it's kind of annoying. They've changed over the T7 combat car and the Light Mark 6C. Those 2 premium things that you got as gifts. Yeah, they've reworked them, made them faster, make them fire faster, slightly more penetration. Who gives a shit? They were shit and they're still shit. So yeah, that's wonderful. They have reworked Malinovka, Serene Coast, Steppes, Redshire and Mountain Pass. I haven't checked out the maps yet. I'll probably do that sometime soon. As soon as Lola updates her test server and we can take a look at those maps, so that will come into the future. They've added the historical mode. This is going to be a long ass video, people, so I hope you got your snacks. Historical mode. Now this is something that I'm really interested in. Look, our PC4H can actually participate. Now, I'll give you one tip. For now at least, do not take out your SU-152. I'll show you why. Find it. Oh man, scroll so slow in here. Here we go. I've played one battle. It was a massive defeat. My entire team died. I only killed, as you can see, I was the only one with a kill. The PZ3. That was it. Yeah, this was just a slaughter. This doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Everybody has a 12-second reload. In a time that you're reloading, you get annihilated. So it's pretty worthless, really. Against this many, this hardly seems fair, to be honest. Not fair at all. So, yeah, for now, taking out SU-152, I do not recommend it. Maybe if the teams are a bit more balanced, you get some more tanks like scouts. We didn't have any scouts. We just had shitty TDs. I mean, let's be honest, in this kind of matchup, this is a shitty TD. Long ass reload and HE gun, because you only get the 152mm. So, let me talk some more about historicals. The way it works, historical battle. So you pick one of these three, and as you can see, they're not translated yet. So it's American versus German. And I guess this means allies or something? I don't know. It's Russian. I don't read Russian. So, you have American tanks, and these are tanks you can pick from right now. There's only a couple of battles, as you can see. It's on Ellenberg. Standard battle. The Germans have the PZ-4H, the Tiger, Tiger 2, Panther, Stug 3G, and a J Panther. The Americans have a Jackson, Hellcat, M4A3E2, the Wolverine, and the M4A3E8. So not even the Sherman, which is kind of bizarre. I'm not quite sure why the Sherman isn't in here. M4 Sherman. That really kind of bugs me. So that's really weird. I really thought they would put the Sherman in here. But anyways, take a quick look at this one. Russians versus Germans. Russians get the T-3485, T-34, SU-76, IS, and the ISU-152, and the SU-100. Germans, well, you can see the list up to the Jag Tiger, which is kind of surprising. Kind of really surprising. But the matchmaking is not your normal matchmaking. So if they get a Jag Tiger, what a typical match is probably gonna look like. I haven't seen this matchup yet, haven't done this one, but the more than likely matchup is one Jag Tiger, one Tiger 2, two Panthers, and maybe one PZ. That's the entire German team. On this side, they'll probably have two ISUs, 4 SU-100s, and pretty much the rest is going to be filled out between these. So the Russians will have like a full team. This one will only have a couple, like 5-6 tanks, if they have like the top tier. So it's going to be balanced with both tanks and numbers. So it's really interesting to see. This one, well, you can see the list here. The Germans go up to the Ferdinands, and the Russians get the SU-152 with the derp gun. Now, the thing is, as you can see here, it says historical loadout. If you hover over it, you can see what guns you actually get. And this is what you get to play with, right? You don't get an option. You don't get to choose whatever you want. See the ammo loadout? If I click on it, you cannot change your ammo loadout. You can change your consumables. You can change your equipment, so like a gun rammer and that sort of stuff. You cannot change the amount of shells. Your loadout is locked. You cannot spam gold rounds. Yes! That's what makes this so interesting. You only get 3 gold rounds. And it's really awesome the way they did this. Here, you'll be compensated for any gold and credits spent for ammunition that went unused. So what it is you pay for everything up front. You can pay with gold and credits or just credits. I'll show you in a second where. So you get to pick what you want, right? So you want to spend gold on your shells, so these 3 that you want to buy with gold or credits. So let's say credits, so you spent 13k. And let's leave the consumables out because that's just normal consumables. So can't escape out of this. And in the bottom here you can pick between the two. So do you want to spend just credits or golden credits? Well, let's say just credits. That means you're gonna get this loadout. You're gonna spend 13k ahead of time, right? Which makes sense. But whatever shells you don't use, you get paid back. So at the end of it, if we scroll up to the battle I did earlier, zip. Historical battle, compensation for credits unused. I got 22k returned. And I spent 25k. And then I got 7k for the battle. So you get money for the game itself, and you get reimbursed everything you didn't use. So initially it costs more, but you get everything back that you don't use. Normally you would just keep those shells, but now you don't. So you don't win anything, you don't lose anything, it's just a different mechanic, which makes a lot of sense because the loadout is locked. So yeah, I like the way they did that. It's a good way to go around the whole of buying the credits and all that. This video is going to be long, guys. I'm sorry. It's going to be really long. So that's historical, and I will do some historical battles to show you guys more in depth how it works, but for now I have to say it's pretty awesome. Okay, there's so much we need to go over. The way you do historical, by the way, is you click on random battle and you click on historical. So that's how you get there. And then they ask if you want to leave it. I don't know why, but they do. So not every tank can go into historical. Keep that in mind. There's only certain tanks for now. I'm sure they'll expand to more battles later on. But yeah, that's how it works right now. Okay, let's head to menu. Settings. They did a lot of things. Oh, spoilers, we're not there yet. Let's see. You don't opt in or out of historical battles because you have to pick it yourself. So it's not a battle you'll encounter. They have removed the nation versus nation battles because they didn't work. Gee, shocker. But they sort of replaced it with historical, which is way better, so, yeah. Anyways, did they change anything here? Accept invitations only from players in friends list. I'm not sure if that's new or not, actually. I'm not sure. Anyways, I don't think they actually changed anything over here. Graphics, well, this is completely reworked. You have the resolution here. Dynamic resolution. Okay, let's hover over it real quick. Determines the quality of details, process degrees, and exterior 3D objects and 2D, not unchanged, blah 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 blah. Okay. So, dynamic resolution in battle can also change by using shift, right shift plus the plus sign, and right shift plus the minus sign. So we'll have to check that out in battle at some point. So I'm not quite 100% sure what this does, or how this works. But, yeah, seems that 100% is fine. Screen size, of course, FXAA, that doesn't work for shit. It's a shitty mode. They've added field of view. Now, field of view is how much you can see. It basically gives you the fishbowl look, if that means anything to you. So you can see more towards your sides as well. So basically, if you set it to this, your field of view is going to be very narrow and you won't be able to see much towards your sides. You'll just be able to see what's in front of you. If you set it to 120, you can see more what's over to your side, so you get a better field of view, better overview. So yeah, definitely I would say if you can stand playing like that, because it does warp your view a bit, definitely go with 120 because you just have more surroundings, more situational awareness. So yeah, definitely. Your details, pretty much the same as it was before. I don't think they've actually added a whole lot. Did they actually add anything? I don't remember. Don't think so, but they've reworked this whole screen. Sound seems pretty much the same. Controls is the same. Reticles the same. Reticle. And markers the same. So nothing there. Didn't they have an X up here? I don't remember. Anyways, oh man, this is gonna be such a long video. Right, they've added the option. Let's get back there real quick. I forgot one thing. Come on. Graphics, they've added this. Color filter, they already had that. You can change it. They now have the color filter efficiency, so you can set it to that one, and you can actually muck around with how much intensity you want. So, yay, I guess. I don't think anybody even ever uses that, but okay, you know, whatever they want. Let's see. Turrets will now fly off tanks if they get ammo racked. I'll try to get some footage of that. It's not going to be easy to deliberately ammo rack, but I'll try some things out with Lola and we'll see what we can do. New full screen effects in sniper mode added. Again, we'll have to check that in battle. We'll have to change it like on the fly in battle and see what happens. I'm not 100% sure what it does. Input language detected on login screen. Well, whoopsie-doo. They've added some new awards. Let's go into the service record. They changed a lot in here. Okay, so this page is pretty much still the same. They haven't changed much here. Awards, they did some changes in here. They've added flying reconnaissance, which is a I think a team battle, isn't it? Show at least 2 enemy vehicles, be amongst the top 3 damage, and you receive. Gonna be in team battle only, yeah. So that's new. Will to win spirit can only be in team battle as well. So they've added some team battle medals in here. They said they reworked the steel wall. No, the icons be reworked. And I think they've added some optional conditions if 2 people have the same thing, but the base conditions are still the same. Receive 11 hits with the highest damage. 11 blocking hits. 2 more players have the same. They basically just changed that. if 2 or more people have the same, then the higher damage. If that's the same, then the more hits. And they've just added some of those, but that's it. I don't see anything that's actually new there. Other than that, I don't think they changed anything over here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they changed anything. I think they moved something around the Abraham's medal. I think that's in here, isn't it? Case, Johnson, Rackins. It was Abraham's medal. I think they moved this one around or something, or changed something, but yeah, don't know. Okay, let's see. Oh, I keep closing things when I shouldn't. Okay, so statistics. They reworked this. They've added some more stats in here. They've split it out a bit. They made it look quite a bit neater. They've added this, armor use efficiency. And I'm not quite sure what it does. Ratio of damage blocked by armor for non-penetrating shots or ricochets. Average block damage by armor. Okay. So this is like your average block rate, so how efficiently you use your armor. Well, it's kind of a bullshit stat, because that only works if you use armored tanks. If you play a lot of French tanks or something, you're never going to get this up. So it's kind of a weird stat to keep track of, but if you just play E75s and E100s, then yeah, that's going to be very high. Well, it's interesting, but on the other hand, it's kind of biased towards what kind of tank you play. And the graphs they've hidden here. I've just reworked and made it a little bit neater. Over here, they've sort of done the same thing. Awards. I don't know if these were labeled like in these groups before. I don't think they were. I think that's new. They've added the armor efficiency in here as well, and they've changed up the record stats. So they move things around a bit, and again make it look a little bit neater and stuff. So just general tweaking. Okay. Yeah, they say the requirements for steel wall changed, but like I said, it's more of the whenever 2 people have the same kind of requirements just changed. So other than that, it's still the same. Improved certain characteristics on the light tank, 4C, and the combat car. Already went over that. After battle statistics, potential damage score replaced with damage blocked by armor. So let's take a quick look at the one game I did, but I don't think I received any hits, but pretty much this is the same. This is pretty much the same. And hits received as a result of splash damage. I think they changed that text up a bit. And damage blocked by armor. It's basically just bounces, pretty much. As you can see here, it's pens and non-pens. Hits received 5, penetration 5. So yeah, it's basically your ricochets. That's interesting to see. I think that's it for changes in here. So not a lot of interesting stuff there. Let's see. Visual depiction of dispersion indicator during battle playback fixed. That's quite the mouthful, which basically means your aiming circle is not screen sized huge in replays, which sometimes happen. Minor bugs during battle playback fixed. Issue with artillery shells landing out of the dispersion circle in artillery mode fixed. So apparently some arty shots were just going AWOL and just flying wherever. They fixed that. They fixed an issue with arty shells exploding in mid-air. Ah, why couldn't they keep that? That sounds awesome. Damn it. Game client performance on some PC configurations improved, always good. Draw quality of decals. A special texture can be applied over the base texture, for examples blood, bullets or shell holes, logos, etc. and motion blur effects optimized. Okay. Interesting. The performance issue occurring after enabling of track tracers fixed. So apparently there were issues with that. I have them off, so I didn't really notice that. Notification and invitation windows when in garage fixed. So I'm wondering if they're not gonna all pile up down here if you get a lot of them. Like if you're a famous YouTuber, which I'm not, obviously, because it's empty. I don't know. I can't really test that. Don't start spamming me. Yeah, let's see, where were we? Display of shadows on vegetation at medium and high quality settings fixed. Okay, good. I guess notifications already said. Table displaying tiers of vehicles in queue removed. Now you don't see like the entire spread of what tier of people are queued up. All you're gonna see is like there's 20 heavies, 40 light tanks, 60 arties, you know, just that, and that's it. You don't see all the tiers spread out anymore. Don't know why they removed that, but eh. Ammunition is empty message added when pressing F8 after running out of shells. So when you do the reloading thingamajiggy, if you don't have any more ammo, it will now actually say that in chat as the warning message, okay, out of ammo. So I guess it's a small tweak, but it's nice to have. You don't have to type it anymore, so that's good. Again, something I'm gonna have to test with Lola, but so in a future video. Auto aim point selection system change. So I'm wondering if they not necessarily aim for weak spots, but aim better for certain tanks, because some of them just aim for ridiculous spots. Like some, I don't know what tank, but some of them, like if you have a big tank, it would aim pretty much like, what was it? Like here or something, like really weird spots, like where you mostly just miss because you don't hit the turret and you don't hit the hull. Just weird ass thing. So I'm wondering if they just aim center mass a lot better now. Some tanks from the rear you would almost aim like here-ish, not necessarily for a weak spot, but just way over the tank. So I'm wondering if that is it, but we're gonna have to see. All music has been remastered. Well, I don't have music on, so boo-hoo. Auto detect system for graphical settings rework, so the automatic switch back to lower graphics if you can't handle it, I guess. Yeah. Oh no, excuse me, no, that's not it. That's if you hit the auto detect in your graphics section. Which, you know, yeah, I prefer to set it manually, so again, I don't really care about it. You might, but I don't. Draw quality of large list of vehicles in mission window optimized. Man, my throat is going, excuse me. So in these missions, when they have like buttloads of vehicles in here, they've reworked it that it's better, I guess. I don't know, maybe they cache it or something. So that's good. Or maybe they just per default check only the vehicles that are available in your garage. That would cut down the list by quite a bit for some people. Maximum number of complaints per day increased from 5 to 10. Woohoo! We can report more AFK assholes. Yeah! The complaint titles changed. We're getting through this list. It's not going to be as long a video as I thought it was. Minor bugs in mission windows fixed. Audio interruptions during automatic gunfire fixed. I don't play a lot of auto-firing things. I don't have those, so I don't have those issues. So I never noticed them, but yeah. I will be looking at all the new tanks, by the way. I will do a review of them. A short overview, I guess is a better word, but yeah, sort of a review. And see if they're any good. So, in future episodes again. Probably over the next coming days. Let's see. Where were we? Issues with tracks, tracers disappearing and flickering fixed. Again, I don't have the track tracers on, so I never really noticed that. Occasional issue with shells hitting vehicles without a sound effect fixed. I've had that, where my tank got hit and I heard nothing, but I lost like 300 somewhat health. It's like, oh, I must have bounced it, and then realized, oh no, I'm down to almost no health. What the hell? So yeah, I've had that issue. I'm glad that's fixed. That's really confusing, because I do use the audio cues quite a bit to figure out what's going on. You know, if you get hits, if whatever, if I hit someone, you know, all those things. And it's kind of screwed up when they're screwed up. So that's good. This one, every kind of patch note, there's like one thing that just stands out and just makes you laugh and wish that you saw this. And this is the one to me that stood out, I guess. Uncontrolled relocations of destroyed vehicles fixed. What? We had tanks flying around after they were dead? What? Why didn't I ever had that? That would be perfect for a funny stuff video. What the hell? Have you ever seen that? Let me know in the comments down below what happens, because I don't think I've ever seen it. Let me read it again. Fixed issue with occasional... No, wait, that's not it. Where is it? Dang it. There. Uncontrolled relocation of destroyed vehicles fixed. I really would like to know what that was, so let me know in the comments down below.
Let's see. Issue with spinning weight icon being displayed every minute while in the garage fixed. Issue with in depot icon being displayed after removing permanent camouflage that was purchased prior to the release of 8.11 fixed. Okay, never saw that, but it's one of those issues you're just gonna have to find if you actually use that. Issues with the amount of experience displayed in a tooltip in respect to a research vehicle or modules.
What?
Man, some of these sentences are a bit run-on, and yeah. Issue with the amount of experience displayed in a tooltip in respect of a research vehicle or module fixed. Okay, so we are looking at that. I guess it was like in this tooltip the experience wasn't correct or something. They're not all that clear. In the vehicle statistics tab, displayed a statistic according to the award obtained in team battle. What?
Man, they really need to rework this. I'm pretty sure they just use Google Translate to get these patch notes from the Russian one. Okay, so what they're saying is in the vehicle record, probably here, and then in the team one. Well, I haven't done team battles, and that, you know, probably in that I was a bit screwed. Issue with rounding of win percentages fixed. Issue with occasional delaying award of failure to the... What? Man, these sentences, I swear, my English is not this bad. It's just their sentences are crap.
They need commas. They need use of less shitty words. Issue with occasional delayed awarding or failure to award the Abraham's Medal fixed. Okay.
If I put my own pauses in the sentence, it makes a lot more sense. So there was something with the Abraham's Medal. It sometimes didn't get awarded to you if you upgrade to the next level, I guess. Okay. Issue with the rounding of the win percentages fixed. Okay, so I guess they get some issues with this. Draw quality issue with tracer moving outside shell trajectory fixed. What? Man, these sentences, I swear. Okay, draw quality issue with tracers. These sentences are just poorly constructed, I swear. Draw quality issue with tracers moving outside shell trajectory fixed. Draw quality issue with tracers moving outside shell trajectory. How does a shell move outside its own trajectory? And then leaving a... Okay, so the tracer of the shell did not stay within the trajectory of where the shell was going, so the tracer actually veered off? Was that it? I don't know. Seems a bit weird, but okay. And let's see. Dynamic target, gunner's viewpoint, added to the target point subject to visibility checks from other, between parentheses, commanders above turret and gunners on gun viewpoints. Oh, crap. I'm gonna have to like translate these sentences into English. Okay, so dynamic target, quote unquote, gunners, viewpoint added to the target point subject to visibility checks from other commanders. Okay, so what they're saying is if you have a tank, right? A tank has certain viewpoints. Like, if you're hiding behind a building, you do not get spotted, right? Because you're not in view range. But if your gun barrel sticks out, there's like certain points on your tank that have viewpoints. Like spotting points, I guess. Like where you get spotted if this particular point on your tank is visible. So I do believe they check like the barrel of your gun, or maybe just where your gun is mounted. I'm not sure where the viewpoint is. There's one in your gun, but I don't know if they added one at the end. And there's like one on each corner of your tank. There's one on like the side of your tank, like right here. And it's not entirely the same for every tank, but back at the corners of your tanks, I think there's one in the back. There's one like on top here, or in the rear here, and the top side, or these corners. You know, there's different points on your tank, and if they stick out, they're visible. So what they've done is they added dynamic target gunner's viewpoint added to the target point subject to visibility checks. So yeah, they've added wherever the gunner is, that is another point that will make your tank detected if that sticks out anywhere. Commanders above turret and the gunners on gun viewpoint. Okay, so the commander would be... yeah, I don't know. This is just mind-bogglingly poorly written. Unbelievable. Dynamic target viewpoint added to the target points. I get that part. So they've added where the gunner is to the being spotted point. Commanders above turret and gunners on gun viewpoint. I don't know. It might be that they've added like this, this part where the gunner looks through, that has been added, and that this is the commander hatch, so this is where your tank spots from, pretty much. I don't know.
I'm not entirely sure. It's really poorly written. Issue with after battle saving of the distance from the camera to the player's
Vehicle fixed. So if you have this setting, general, remember position of camera, like if you have that one checked, and it forgot that. High explosive shells will now no longer explode when they hit a crew member located outside of a vehicle for a open top vehicle. So if you haven't already, there could be, they're invisible, but they're sort of hitboxes in the back. Crew members standing behind it, because not all artilleries were actually crew members sitting in it, they were just walking behind it. And previously that would explode a HE shell and thus not do damage to the tank, because it would explode outside of the tank and not actually hit him, or at least very diminished damage. So now it will go through that invisible person, which is kind of ridiculous that it was a hitbox to begin with, and then just hit the tank. So that's, I guess, good. And performance issue with filtering by commander's name in tank company has been fixed. Okay, just a bug, I guess. So that was it. Still a 41-minute video, still pretty damn long. I will go into more detail on some of these newly added tanks. I will do a bit more research as to if they've been renamed, removed, as in relocated from one tier to another. You know, if they're just remodeled previous versions, I'll do some more research on these tanks, because I don't know too much about them. I think they're just added, but not entirely sure. And we'll take a look at the new maps and the historical mode, which I'm very excited for. Historical battles. So, whew, that was a lot of talking. I need some coffee now, guys, so I'm gonna wrap up this episode. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.